Simmers, what is up? And welcome back to my channel. I'm Pepper, and today I'm going to be showing you a blueprint of this house. And so basically I'm just going to build this house in The Sims using the blueprint that I found on Pinterest. And I don't know if you guys are interested in building it yourself or if you're interested in just looking at it, but I'll link it below for, you to do whatever you want with it. So you can find that below. And for this house, I did decide to go with a modern feel because I did think that it would be good for it to match the rest of the houses in Oasis Springs. But also just because I thought it would be fun to build. So right now you can see I'm doing the shape of it. I basically just looked at the blueprint at the same time that I was building the house. And so I'm pretty sure that's how everybody else does it. So I just started off with the shape of it first because I figured that would be the easiest to just kind of get the shell around it. And then after that, I did the rooms. And I wasn't sure how big the house was going to be once I actually placed it on the lot. Like, I didn't really think it through as far as how many tiles it was going to take up. And so what ended up happening was I ended up having a little bit of space for the back porch. And so I ended up having to put the stairs a little bit different. But other than that, it came out pretty close. And so, I mean, you guys could tell me what you think. You could tell me what you would have done differently. Right now I'm working on the roof, but I don't know about you, but I hate working on roofs. I'm not at all good at it, like at all. So, it's pretty easy with the blueprint build, I think, because you can already see how the roof is supposed to go. And I think The Sims 4 pretty much gives you a lot of what you need as far as all the tools that you need to be able to maneuver things. I mean, I do get into some places where I feel like it should be easier to build a roof, but if you're looking at the blueprint build, then it seems pretty easy because you kind of see already where it's supposed to go. But if you're making your own roof, or well, if I'm making my own roof, it's the worst, the absolute worst. I'm like taking hours just to figure out how to do it. And sometimes I'll just change up the house and just be like, you know what, I'm just going to make this a square house and just make this easy. But sometimes I miss out on doing really interesting builds because of that, just because I don't know, roofing intimidates me. I kind of miss some of the old games where you used to be able to automatically put the roof and then it would just go by itself. But I don't think you have the option in The Sims 4. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you don't. But yeah, right now, sorry, I'm just totally going over this build. But right now, I did work on the roof. I made a little bit black, just like I made it with tiles at first, which I thought was really nice, but the picture doesn't actually show what goes on the roof. So what I ended up doing was changing it and making it plain. But right now I'm working on the wallpaper on the front, and it did have these things on the corner where it was kind of like, not like pillars. I mean, on the picture it does seem like it's a different texture. So I just try to copy that as much as I could, without making it look too, I don't know, flat, I guess, because I did want to give it like dimension. But yeah, I think it ended up coming out good in the end. And so you'll see me change the roof a little bit later, or in a little bit. Oh yeah, and then in the bottom, I did notice in the picture too that there was a basement. So I ended up adding a basement to this build too. So you'll see that later. But you can see right now, I changed the roof like I mentioned, and then I tried to see if it would look better the other way, but I ended up just keeping it plain just because I didn't want to do too much. I don't know, I'm a pretty simple person. I like things pretty simplistic. I don't like things to be too complicated. I like you to just know what things are when you look at them, but I also think I miss out on some nice, creative moments because I get intimidated by that. But whatever, I'll just keep being creative and trying new things. I mean, it's The Sims. It's not like I'm building for a client that's going to sue me if I build the house wrong. I mean, I can basically build anything I want. And that's what I love about this game. You can just basically build anything that you want. You can just build a unicorn house if you wanted to. A Barbie dream house. You could build anything. So it's pretty cool. And so I did include a lot of like the outside build because I figured since it's a blueprint build, I wanted you guys to see like the way that I did what I did in the beginning. In the front of the picture, it does look like there's more of a pathway, but again, because I didn't know that I was going to have so many, I didn't know this house was going to be so big. I thought it was going to be a little bit of a small house, but it ended up taking up a lot of this lot. And so, yeah, that's what ended up happening. But I think it still looks good. I mean, for it being The Sims especially, I mean, it's not like you could do too much to make it look terrible, but it looks good. It's pretty basic. I didn't want to do anything too hard, I guess, because I did want it to be kind of simple where, you know, loading is quick if you have a low-end computer, or if you wanted to do like you're just starting out, that you could add to it more. I mean, you can't really add that much to this because, I mean, there's not that much you can add on the outside, but I mean, there's definitely a lot of space that you can add on the inside when you see it furnished later. So you could definitely see that when we get to it. And so in the back porch, you could see that I didn't do it exactly like the picture. I don't know if you can rewind the video and see the picture, but I'll also have it in the screenshots at the end. But the stairs are off to the side, whereas in the picture they were kind of just going right off to the back. But I do like the way that it comes out off to the side better, just because now I feel like it gives it a more interesting shape, whereas, you know, if I would have just done it like how it was in the picture, you would just kind of go straight to the back and then go out straight. So nothing really interesting there. But yes, I did decide it wasn't really specific on the floorboards and what they look like in the back in the picture, because it was a white and it was kind of a sketch picture, and you'll see that in screenshots in the end, but I just decided to go with something dark, and so I thought that was good. And then I'm just placing the doors now, and then I'm going to work on the floor plan in a little bit. Oh yeah, I did skip ahead in the floor plan part just because it did take a while, and then I had to build the basement as well, so I just thought that would take too much of a video time, so I ended up just not including that. But we are starting the first room of furnishing, and so that is the bathroom. It's kind of a half bath where it's just a sink and a bath and a toilet, and so there's no bathtub within it. There is going to be another one where there is a bathtub within it though, so you'll be able to see that. I don't know about you guys, but I don't really furnish my bathrooms that much. I just kind of keep it simple. I don't like them to take up too much space in the house. But even in this build, even though it was just with the blueprint, they had some pretty small bathrooms as well, and I think that's pretty normal for a lot of places. I mean, this is a house in itself. I know a lot of apartments have small bathrooms, but like if I think about other places that I've been that have been actual houses with bathrooms, I don't remember seeing them being that big. Like maybe they'll have like a little bit of room to put maybe an extra counter and like, I don't know, some tall medicine cabinet thing or whatever. But like, oh, and then my mom had a house that was a really big house back in the day, but she had a hot tub in hers. But even then it was like, it was big, but it wasn't like, I don't know, 4x5, you know, speaking in Sims tiles, it wasn't that big. And so yeah, I think it's pretty normal to have a small bathroom, but I do think that it's really pretty to have like humongous, glamorous, space to myself bathroom in The Sims, and they have a lot of nice furniture for it too. They have like clutter items and things, that came with spa day, or even, I don't even know. I can't think of the packs that it came with, but I know that it does come with the Sims 4 in itself comes with a lot of stuff that is nice for bathrooms, but we don't really ever use it because we always make tiny bathrooms and we always focus on other things in the build, like having a big kitchen and having a big living room for a big family, or, you know, even having a big backyard because you have dogs that you want to learn things. I don't know. Do you guys ever use the obstacle stuff for the dogs? I don't. I don't know if you guys do, but I'm not like into showing my dogs how to go through obstacles in the backyard. I mostly make like little hangout spots for barbecues. What about you guys? You guys can let me know. I have a lot more family play in my gameplay. I don't know about you guys, but that's just what I do. And even for this build specifically, I did decide to go with more of a bachelor pad kind of feel, like very masculine colors. I didn't want to make it like, I don't know, I wanted to make it modern, and I wanted to make it with neutral colors. Something really nice. I mean, it doesn't have to be a bachelor per se. I mean, you could definitely have like a couple that lives here, or you can have anybody that you want to live here, actually. I mean, it could even just be a chick or anybody that's non-binary. I don't know. I have no judgments on your gameplay. Do whatever you want with this house. You could make it into a serial killer home because it does have a basement, and you could get really creepy with that. I don't know. I don't know what your style of gameplay is. You want to kill some Sims down there? I don't know what you do. You got mods that you want to get crazy with? Go ahead. Go ahead. It is free for you to do anything that you want to do it with. And speaking of which, if you end up liking this build, you can definitely download it and play it to do your Simsly deeds. And you can download it on the gallery using my gallery name, SimplyPepper1. Or you can find it using hashtag SimplyPepper. And so it'll definitely be available for download after this video is posted. So if you're watching it, then you can download it. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that the guy that I specifically built to live here does have a cat. And so he's kind of a, I don't know, he's kind of a hipster kind of guy, but he has this modern home. And so he's very charismatic and charming. And then he has this cat, and the cat lives with him, and that's his girl. He doesn't commit to nobody but his feline. And that's how he lives his life. And this is the foyer part of the build. And I know when you look at the screenshots, you're going to see like in the foyer it didn't really have any furniture in it when you see the blueprint itself. So I just decided to get creative, and I figured like when you go into the house, you'll have this little area where you could just sit, and the cat's tree will be there so he could just hang out with you too. And so it was just like a nice little place to enter into. And then this is the bedroom, and I decided to make it a little bit dark and with the red pop. And I just did it just because I just felt like it was a little bit modern, but I did love that. I do love that pet bed from My Fritz Pet Stuff. I mean, I know a lot of people can't stand the My Fritz Pet Stuff pack, but I like a few things from it that I think that are really nice. I mean, I definitely don't think that it's worth paying full price for, but if you can get it for 50% off, then why not? It's just a couple bucks, you know? Or a few bucks, not a couple, but a few. And so if you can get that little pet bed and stuff, then why not? But also you can download custom content, so I mean, that's another thing you can do too. That's free. And so who cares about paying a few bucks for a few things when you can get so much stuff for free using custom content? But I don't know if you guys do that. I know a lot of people don't do it just because they don't have computers that run really well with custom content. And so, yeah, I have been one of those people. But since I got a new computer for Christmas, I am actually stoked about it. Now I can download custom content, I can add mods to my game, but I don't play with them a lot necessarily because I do a lot of build videos for YouTube, and so I do want to keep things custom content free so that a lot of people are able to download it. And so that's one of the reasons why I don't have a lot of custom content in my game right now. But if I'm just playing, then yeah, I will definitely have a lot of custom content. I'll have some for cast, I'll have some for build mode, I'll have mods that I could just do a bunch of stuff with. But I'll probably install mods in my game later on because I am planning to do stories with my Sims. And so if you guys like to see some short stories with my Sims, even like, you know, the ones that I talk about here, like the guy with the cat, I could definitely do that so you guys could see stories to go along with these builds. I just thought that was something that would be fun to do. And so you can let me know if that's something that you guys would be interested in. Right now I'm just adding the bowls to the kitchen. I usually put 2 bowls even though you just need 1 really, but they don't have a water bowl in The Sims 4, so yeah, that's weird. I just think it's weird that they don't drink water. I mean, the Sims go and they go to the fridge to get water, so why can't our pets have water too? And I don't know, I just think it's weird. I think they do drink out of the toilet though, which is weird. So it's like weird that they would have you like tell them not to drink out of the toilet, but they don't have a water bowl. So it's like, don't drink out of the toilet, but I don't have a water bowl for you, but it doesn't matter because you can't drink out of the toilet. I don't care. I let my dogs drink out of the toilet. Well, in The Sims. I don't have dogs in real life. Unfortunately, I'm allergic to dogs. But that's alrighty because I got me a kitty. Isn't it weird that I'm allergic to cats but not dogs? I mean, opposite. I'm allergic to dogs but not cats. A lot of people think that that's weird. I think it's weird too. But I think I was allergic to cats when I was younger, but my allergies just changed. And now I'm not allergic to cats anymore. And now I have a cat. And his name is Pumpkin. And I love him. But anyway, I'm like totally not even talking about this build. But okay, so this build, yes, I'm doing the basement now. I had so much fun doing this basement. It was a lot of fun. So I ended up making it kind of, I mean, I figured the house was, you know, a bachelor pad in my mind, right? For the sim that I created. And so I decided to make it kind of like a hangout for him to just be by himself. I mean, he could definitely invite a friend over if he wants to, like, I don't know. I wouldn't invite a friend over to this basement. I think it's a little bit weird, but I don't know what you guys have. If you have basemental mods, then maybe you guys could do some cool chilling in this basement, you know, kind of like a little vibe going down. But I thought of it more like as if he was going to be by himself. As you can see, I put some tissues and some lotions next to the TV. So if you got wicked whims and you want to do some storytelling down here, there you go. There you go. I will not judge your gameplay as I mentioned. So you could feel free to put in the comments what kind of stories you're planning on telling or or not. So yeah. I just did that. But it was a lot of fun making. I just put some plates down there. I thought maybe, you know, like he has the mini fridge and the microwave. So maybe he just goes down there to kind of be by himself and kind of does his own thing. And then you'll see I put some posters in there as well. So that, I don't know, maybe if he doesn't feel like watching TV, maybe he can just look at some posters. And then I put some files in the corner, like, you know, just to make it kind of more of a basement feel, to feel like there's stuff down there that is being stored, and I did put a gaming system down there as well. Oh yeah, I did put some drinks on the wall, and I thought that it would be fun to put some cobwebs, just because I figure if he's going down there to hang out, maybe he's not thinking about cleaning while he's down there. So yeah, that is what I decided to do with the basements. But we are going to be coming into screenshots now, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So bye!